Hello, this is Dr. D, and today we are going to talk about immune system. What is immune system? Body defenses against infection. All right. So we talked about in the last presentation, we talked about two types of defense that we have: innate, that you're born with, and the adaptive defense that you build. Innate defense is non-specific. So these are not specific to a particular bacteria, a virus, a fungus, a foreign body. These are general defense mechanisms that you have, like your skin, which is a barrier, right? Barrier against all foreign bodies. Adaptive defense, on the other hand, is the immune response against specific invading organism. So, for example, a particular lymphocyte will recognize a specific antigen on a specific organism. All right. So here, let's talk more about innate defense. So innate defense, we first start off with species resistance. So what does that mean? It means that as human beings, we are resistant to some pathogens. Okay. For example, what was all this hue and cry about COVID, corona? So corona is a virus that resides most in bats, right? But now what happens is we recognize or realize that it jumped a host. Swine flu, Ebola, bird flu, all these were pathogens that we thought humans were protected from because we are resistant. But obviously that virus jumped a host. All right. So as human beings, what I can say is you are resistant to certain foreign bodies. Mechanical barrier. Mechanical barrier will include like skin, mucous membranes, or fluids, mucus, tears, saliva, urine, earwax. All these will trap and sweep away foreign infectious agents, all right, even dust particles, all right. Chemical barriers. Enzymes or low pH in the gastric juices are there to kill or destroy any foreign body. Now, this is interesting. Interferon. What does the word interferon remind you of? Interfere. So interferons are hormone-like peptides, and these are produced by lymphocytes. But when does the lymphocyte produce this? When it is attacked by a virus or a tumor cell. So whenever a cell is being attacked by a virus or a tumor cell, it will produce AV, antiviral particles. And these antiviral particles are the interferons. And these interferons will signal the other neighboring cells to resist infection. Now the neighboring cells know or are ready. So if that virus escapes from this infected cell and attacks the neighboring cells, well, guess what? It will not be able to do so. So interferons will ready the neighboring cells and therefore help prevent spread. So again, it is not dependent on a particular type of virus. All right. Additional chemical barriers, all of them are important. So please make sure you know these. Defensins. Defensins are produced by neutrophils and other granulocytes. Whenever they encounter any non-self bacterial cell, non-self means a bacterial cell will not be like the human cell, right? It will be different. What does defensins do? They will make holes in bacterial cell membranes. Collectins. What does collectin remind you of? Collect. What do these cells do? They will recognize new patterns, new type of sugar molecules on the surface of pathogens. Once it recognizes new sugars or new patterns, they will collect it, they will stick it together, they'll bind it together. And once they bind these foreign bodies together, this will help the phagocytic cells to find and swallow, engulf those pathogens. Complement systems are large proteins, and what they do is just like the blood clotting. They're like an alarm system. The minute they're activated, the large protein is going to break down into small proteins. But in that process of breaking down, what happens is they will stimulate what? Inflammation. And they will attract phagocytic cells. They will set up an alarm system. They will say, okay, come here, this cell is infected, come and swallow this cell. Okay, so they will mark that infected cell for death. All right, so this is what a complement system is. There are these NK cells. NK cells are the granular lymphocytes. This is an oxymoron. Why? Lymphocytes, if you remember, are not granular. They come under agranular. They have granules but are very, very small, cannot be seen. Granular lymphocytes are going to be a unique type of cells. They are capable of recognizing virus-infected cells and cancer cells. They will produce certain cytolytic substances that will cause the breakdown. So they will punch holes. They will produce perforin. Perforin are going to perforate, punch holes, and they're going to lyse the invading cell. Again, these are they specific to a particular foreign body? No. No. They will recognize any virus-infected cell. All right, inflammation. Inflammation basically is redness, swelling, heat, and pain. And these are created in a tissue whenever there's infection. This is done because of histamines. Histamines are produced by who? Basophil. So as soon as there's infection, basophils are activated, produce histamine, and what does histamine do? Cause what? Inflammation. So inflammation is basically, how does it do that? Dilation of blood vessels. So now more blood is going to flow, so it will be very hot. The area will become very hot and become very leaky, permeable. Why? Now what happens is the capillaries are going to become leaky. So now the neutrophils, the monocytes, they can escape out. The eosinophils can escape out and will engulf the invading pathogen. So also they will stimulate the pain receptors. Now as the white blood cells accumulate, you will see pus. And also this will prevent what? Further spread of the infection. Fever. Now remember we talked about chapter 1, 201. We talked about homeostasis, right? What did we say? That the hypothalamus sets up a set point of body temperature, right? But when you have an infection, then you will notice that you have a slight mild fever. So there are these pyrogens that will reset your set points. So this will allow the body to maintain a higher body temperature. Why? A higher body temperature increases phagocytic activity. This will also cause liver and spleen to sequester, lower the iron level in your blood, which is detrimental. Plus, a fever is going to do what? It's going to kill the bacteria and fungus, right? So you see this all the time at home. You wash it with hot water to sanitize, right? It will kill the pathogens. Now we also know that these cells that are granulocytes, that they're part of the innate system. Now there's neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil. Now monocytes and macrophage is not a granulocyte, but this is also involved in the innate response. We've discussed this before, so make sure this is a good time to review the functions of neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil, and monocyte or a macrophage that will engulf, destroy a foreign body. They're non-specific, okay? Basophil is non-phagocytic, but remember what it does. We talked about this, right? It will produce what? It will produce histamine. All right. So with this, we come to the end of our presentation for innate defense. If there are questions or concerns, please come and see me. I thank you for your patience. I thank you for listening to this presentation. Have a good day. Thank you.